Oh. Hello guys, welcome back. Oh, I can hear my echo. How are we doing today? We're going to do some back bending. So in terms of equipment that you're going to need, I don't know if you've seen the post on Facebook, but mat is optional. If you've got like a rug on the floor, you can probably use that. You can even use a couple of pillows as well. And you will need access to a wall for one exercise, but other than that, you kind of just need yourself. We are going to go through probably like a 20-minute warm-up. We're going to go through some back bending, so going through some bridges, and then we are going to do some conditioning towards the end and then finish off with some nice forward rotation stretches. So getting into it, we're going to start off with some arm swings. So for this, you want to have a good amount of space next to you so that you're not going to swing your arms into anything or anyone. And we are going to do 50 in total. So it's going to be 50 back, 50 forward, and then we're going to do little pulses. So each time you go through a set of 10, the speed of the arm swing is going to increase. So we're going to start to the front. You're going to go nice and slow. You are trying to get as much range through your shoulders as possible. It might feel a little bit pinchy to start with. That's totally fine. As we go along, it's going to ease up a little bit. So that is 4, 5. Try and elevate at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Going a little bit faster this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's at 2. Set 3 a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're going to the back now. So again, starting off nice and slow, reaching up, getting as wide as you can. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set 4 a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, you're going to go arms across the chest. You're going to fling your thumbs back. I'm going to do arm swings from here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Try and open your chest up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're going to hold it here. We're going to do circles to the back. Palms facing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now little pulses to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you're going to hold. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep lifting the hands up. Make sure they're in line with your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and relax. Good. Take the arms out. It burns. We're going to go into our first official back bending warm-up. So starting by warming up our hip flexors. So you can use a mat for your knee. You also can use a pillow, but we are going to be in a kneeling position, 90-degree bend in the front foot. And I want you to tuck your bum under as much as you can so that you're not bananaing into it. So tucking, chest up nice and tall, And then you're going to push the hips as far forward as you can without letting your lower back go into an arch. So you're going to feel a little bit more of a localized stretch through the hip flexors rather than your quad, which is good. And we're going to hold this for 90 seconds. Can we have a timer on the screen, please? Are we there yet? No? Yes? Nope. All right, 90 seconds.
So I was listening to the actual replay or the actual live stream on the phone. I wasn't listening. Give me a sec.
We're so on it. So yeah, 90 seconds. If you want a little bit more through your psoas, you can turn slightly to the side or away from the stretching leg. Arm can also go over the head. So you're reaching up, you're reaching over, but ultimately you need to keep that tension on in your glute. So think about pulling your knee to your ankle. So it is a bit of an active stretch. Hello, Bron. We holding? Well, we've done 90 seconds on this side. We're going to change legs.
All right.
So tailbone tucked, pull the knee and the ankle together, and 90 seconds starts now. So lifting up through the rib cage. Again, you can turn slightly to the side if you want to get a little bit more out of it. But keep that bum squeezing. You can go down a little bit forward with your hips if you need to. But trying to lift the chest up. Cool, so you've got a minute left. Try and breathe through it, keep the tension on. If you feel like it's starting to ease off, you can come forward a little bit more. Also welcome to move that foot forward if you need to. Make sure your glute is turned on, hips are square as well. So make sure that your back ankle is in line with the knee and it's not turning off at an angle. Chest up nice and tall. Again, lifting the arm up if you need to. If you want to get a bit more through your psoas, you have 30 seconds left. Try and take deep breaths. 20. Keep tucking. Good, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming out of that leg, we're going to pair that with some spinal rotations. So we're going to do this lying on our stomach. We should all have done this before. But again, on your mat if you want to use one, otherwise just on the ground. Both hands are going to go out to the side. You're going to bend one knee. You are then going to squeeze that glute to lift that foot as high as you can up to the ceiling without pushing off the ground with the straight leg. So this is dead weight. You're reaching up, and then you've got to try and take that leg up and over. Mic is in the way. Try and get it to the ground or to your hand. And when you get here, you may have had to lift your opposite shoulder off the ground. That's okay. But once you get that foot to the floor, you're going to try to sink your opposite shoulder to the ground. Hold, and then lift up. Keep lifting that foot to the ceiling, and then back down. So we're going to go again. 2, lifting up, taking it over, foot to hand if we can, and then back. We've got 3 more. 3, lifting, coming over, and coming back. 2 more. 4, lift, holding, and back. And last one on the side, 5, lift. Make sure your glute is squeezing. Tap, and coming all the way back. All right, other side. So bending the knee again. Squeeze the glute, lift that foot as high as you can to the ceiling. Coming over, try and tap the hand. Again, if you need to lift the shoulder off, it's okay. But once you get the foot to the ground, try and sink the shoulders to the floor. And then again, coming over, keep lifting, and then back down. And 2, up, coming over, and all the way back. And 3. And back. And 4. Try and go a little bit further each time. And back. And last one, 5, lifting up, coming over, and slowly back. Okay, we are going to do one more set of each. So going back into our lunge. So foot comes forward, tailbone is tucked under, chest up nice and high, pulling the knee into the ankle. Oh, we've got light. All right, and we are holding for 90 seconds. Time ago. Go. Okay. Again, hand can come up and over if you need to. Keep lifting the chest up. Make sure your bum is squeezing so you're tucking your bum under. And again, if you want more out of it, you can come slightly forward, but not too much because we want to avoid that arch in your lower back. You got a minute left. Make sure your hips are square. Again, pushing your hip that you're stretching forward. Keep lifting the chest up, squeeze your bum. 50 seconds left. What? Beautiful. You got 30 seconds. $20. Staying active, squeeze your butt. 15. Morning cat. 5 seconds. Keep squeezing. And that's time. All right, changing legs. Other side. If you want a little bit of a counter stretch, you can fold forward onto the leg that you've just stretched. So we're going into flexion. And then setting up for the other side. So knee 90-degree angle, tailbone tucked under, squeeze your butt, pull the knee and the ankle together. Time starts now. So another 90 seconds, and then we'll go into our rotation. Again, lifting up through the chest. Pushing the hips forward if you need to. Got 60 seconds left. Lifting up through the chest. And again, if any of you have any questions on any of the exercises, or if you need a regression or progression, just comment. I can see it. I can answer you. Yeah, 45 seconds left. Again, stay active, so make sure your glutes are squeezing. Push the hips forward. Lift up the chest. Take the arm over if you need a little bit more, or if you feel like you're tight through here. 30 seconds. You're nearly there, 20 seconds left. Keep squaring the hips up. 10 seconds. Coming forward if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, you can go into a bit of a counter stretch. So pulling the leg that was into extension, bring it forward. And then we're going to go back into our last rotation exercise. So back on your stomach. Both hands go out to the side. Remember the leg that is straight, so that is going to be my left leg. I'm trying to not use that leg. I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to squeeze the glute, lift that foot as high as you can up to the ceiling. And then we're going to take it up and over. Try and touch the hand. If you feel like you can get there pretty easily, you're trying to touch the elbow. And then you bring it all the way over and then come back. okay? 2, lifting up, taking it over, and coming back. And 3, lift up, coming over, and back. 4, and back. You got one more. 5, and coming back. All right, going into your other side, bend the knee, squeeze your butt, lift the foot as high as you can to the ceiling, taking it over. Again, try and touch the elbow if you can. Keep both shoulders on the floor. Coming back, and knee back on the ground. And again, lifting up, coming over, and coming back. And 3, lifting up, over, and back. 2 more. 4, coming over, and back. Last one, 5, lift. Coming over, try and push the other shoulder to the ground, and slowly coming back. Okay, jumping up. So with this exercise, you are going to need a wall. We're going to stretch out through your shoulders. We're also going to do a little bit of side flexion as well. So we'll start with your shoulders. With a wall, I just spilt my tea. You're going to be probably 1.5 feet away from it. You're going to place your hands shoulder width apart. When you slide down, try not to let the hands slide out wide. And you're going to push your armpits onto the wall, okay? Now, you're trying to maintain as much contact with your entire arm against the wall and slide your rib cage down to the floor, okay? So, coming here, sliding down, get as far as you can, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then just come back out of it, okay? So again, shoulders down onto the wall, rib cage to the floor, and coming back out. You obviously go as far down as your shoulders will allow you, so you might only move a little bit, or like 1, dropping down to the floor. If Monique is there, I want you to grab 2 blocks and put your hands on the blocks and push forward. If you are getting pinching in your shoulders, then all I want you to do is just place the hands on the wall and just press your shoulders down like that and just come back up. So you got an option there. If you are only feeling it through your hamstrings because they're quite tight, then you can bend your knees and do the same movement with the shoulders as we did on the first one, okay? So we are only going to do 5 of those. Each time we hold it, we're going to go for 5 seconds, and then you're going to come back out of it. Make sure you're breathing as well, especially as you go down. Once you're in the position, take a deep breath in, breath out, and then come back out of it, okay? So we'll do it together. Again, hands start up nice and high. They are shoulder width apart. You're going to lean forward against the wall, and then dropping the chest down. Hold, and come out of it. Reset, start up nice and high, and again coming down. Try and keep your armpits on the wall, and coming out of it. And again, this is 3, chest to the wall, slide down, and coming out of it. 4, slide down, and coming out of it. You got 1 more. 5, sliding down, and coming out of it. Okay. Going into side flexion now. So you are going to have your feet together, your bum is tucked under, you are lifting up through the rib cage, and hands start over your head. I'll go easy to hardest. So easiest is to just work with 1 arm. Imagine someone's pulling on the arm, lifting the ribs up, coming over, and then coming back up, okay? Option number 2, if you have a weight lying around, like 2 kilos, 3 kilos, you can hold on to the weight. If you don't have a weight, you can then take both hands over your head. Make sure they stay shoulder width apart. Again, lifting up, coming over to the side with both hands, and then coming up to the standing position, okay? So we are going to do 5 on each side. You can pick whichever variation you want to work with. Whatever you're doing though, the whole time you're thinking about lifting and reaching as you do it. So starting with, I'm going to do my right arm first, lifting up, coming over, holding, and then coming back up. And 2. And up. And 3. Keep reaching, keep that hand by your ear. Back up. 4. And back up. And last one, 5. Reaching over, holding, and coming back up, change sides. So left arm comes up, reaching up to the ceiling using both hands if you want to, coming over, and back up, and 2, and up, and 3, and up, 4, and up, you get one more, 5, and back up. All right, you can do a little bit of a forward fold, just as a counter stretch, and then we're going to go back to the wall. Okay, so hands come up nice and high. Again, you want to be about 1.5 feet away from the wall and predominantly feeling it through your upper back, okay? So you want to be squeezing your shoulder blades together as much as you can and thinking about lengthening this rather than hinging from your lower back. So if anything, I would try and keep your bum tucked under, okay? So hands are on the wall, chest on the wall, looking up to the ceiling and sliding down and coming back up. And 2. And up. Work your hands down the wall as you get a little bit more bendy. 3. And up. 4. And up. And we're going to do one more. 5. And coming back up. Okay. Last set of your side flexions. So again, feet together, both hands, one hand, or holding a weight in the hand that you're reaching over, lifting up and coming over. 1. And back to standing. 2. And back up. 3. And up. 4. Keep reaching. And up. One more time. 5. Try and cover your ear with the shoulder. Keep reaching over with the hand. And coming back up, we are going to change sides. Left hand, or the other hand that you're using. Reaching over. And up. 2. And up. 3. And up. 2 more. 4. And up. Last one. 5. And coming up. Okay. Last thing. This one you will want to have something under your pelvis because you're going to be pushing your hips against the ground. I've got a mat. Again, you can use a pillow under your hips. It's also okay. But we're going to do some active cobra. So when you do a normal cobra, I know a few of you tend to just do this, which is okay, but you are predominantly just hinging through one spot of your spine. So when we do it, I want you to think about getting as much articulation through your back as you possibly can. So you have to go down your spine as you're lifting up, starting with your head. We are also trying to not use our hands, okay? So they're there obviously to help you get full range, but you are using them as little as possible. So starting with the cage on the ground, we'll do this together. You're going to start with your head. You're going to imagine there's a marble in front of you, and you're trying to scoop that marble away from you. So lifting your head up to the ceiling. So we're going with our neck first. You are then going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Try and lift your rib cage off the ground. So get as much upper back flexibility as you can. Again, I'm trying to not use my hands for this. You can go a little bit wide with your feet as well, helps. Butt needs to be squeezing. You're then going to go a little bit further. We're going through mid-back. So we're thinking about getting our belly button off the floor, but we are not compromising our upper back. So that is still reaching. Head is looking up. You go as high as you can. Again, I'm going very, very light with my fingers. We're holding, and then we're going to slowly reverse the steps. So hips come down first, belly button comes down, rib comes down, chest, and then head, okay? You're obviously getting as high as you can, as high as your back will let you, okay? We're gonna go again. So lifting up through the neck, looking up to the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together, try and get the rib cage off the ground. Arm is squeezing, keeping lifting, belly button off the floor now. Going as high as you can, and then slowly coming back down. Okay, and 3. And coming up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, rib cage, belly button, lifting all the way up, holding at the top, and slowly down. Rib cage, and chest. Okay, number 4. Head coming up, shoulder blades together, very light with the hands. Keep the tension in your upper back, bum is squeezing, and again, slowly coming back down. Take the hands off when you can if you know you're going to lower down in a controlled way. You've got one more. Again, lifting up, shoulder blades together, rib cage, belly button, holding right at the top. Each time you go, you're trying to get a little bit further, and then lowering down. Very, very light assistance from the hands. Back to line. Okay, so we're only going to do 5 of those. We're going to pair that with a counter stretch. So just to make your spine feel a little bit nicer, we're going to do a forward fold. So we're going to get a timer for 30 seconds, please, Gary. I'm ready? Cool. 30 seconds. So legs are straight. If you have very tight hamstrings and you don't have the ability to fold over, you can have a slight bend in your knees because I'm not worried about your legs. I'm more worried about stretching out through here. And then you are folding forward over the legs. Nice passive stretch for this one. So 30 seconds starts now. So you're just reaching as far forward as you can. You can tuck your tailbone under. Get a little bit more of a stretch through your back. Again, just going as far as you can. We're halfway. Take deep breaths. If you want a little bit more out of the stretch, you can flex your feet. Think about touching your toes to your nose. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I was enjoying it too much. We're going to go back to the cobra. So we're just going to do one more set. So lying on your stomach, straddle with the legs, chest on the ground. Again, minimal support from your hands. And lifting up, so looking up to the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together, trying to get as much of your upper back as possible. Bum is squeezing all the way to the top, holding, and slowly down. Make sure you're breathing the whole time when you're doing this. And again, deep breath in, And breathing out, looking up to the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep trying to breathe. Thumb is squeezing. All the way to the top. And again, try and get a little bit further if you can. Monique. Bring your hands free. And slowly coming down. Okay, number 3. Looking up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Rib cage off the ground. All the way to the top. Holding. And slowly coming down. Lost count. Assuming that was 3. And 4. Coming up. Shoulder blades together. Squeezing. So you should feel your entire back burning when you do this. It shouldn't be localized to one spot. And coming down. Do one more. Lifting up. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Rib cage off, belly button off. Holding at the top. Try and go as light as you can in the hands. And then slowly coming back down. Okay. Back into your pike. So we're going to do one more counter stretch before we move on to our work. So legs in front of you. Bent knees if you need to. Folding forward. And we are holding for 30 seconds. Time starts now. Good, so rounded back. Again, flex the feet if you need to have a little bit more. Move around. You got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very slowly coming out of it. All right, good job. We're going to move on to a little bit of skill work. So, Mon, if you want to go into the second half of your program, if you want to go into your munted bridge, chest stand, what else did I give you? And your teardrop, now would be the time. For the rest of us, we're going to work on going from our squat position, so going from here over into a bridge and then trying to come back out the other side. Okay, so we've all worked on this before. Variations, you don't have to go all the way into a bridge if you're either concerned about going all the way into the bridge or if your flexibility is not quite there yet. If you have a friend around that you can grab to assist you, they can hold under your back to take a little bit of weight off so you can go all the way over. Otherwise, we are trying to go from here, place the hand down, lift the hips up, trying to turn, go all the way over, and then come back out of it, okay? And then obviously going on the other side. I'm not going to use that mat. Variation 1. If you are not quite at that stage, you are just going to play with placing your hand down on the ground. Feet are hip width apart. You're going to try and lift your hips up, so as much hip extension as possible. That is why we warmed up our hip flexors at the very start, so you can get more out of that. And then take the hand up over. You're trying to get as much of an arch as possible. Make sure your butt is squeezing and using your upper back as much as you can, and then just come out of it. And then you obviously do the other side. So hand up, reaching, and coming back. If you have been doing that for a while and you find it relatively easy or doable, then you're going to take it a little bit further. So the hand will come down. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to reach the hand up nice and high. Your second step is to shift as much weight over your ankles as possible. So if you have quite stiff ankles like I do, I can't actually have my feet facing forward because I can't get that compression. So I turn them out slightly so that I can get my knees over further. So it just makes it a lot easier. There's less weight in this hand. So the knees come over, and then you should be able to turn that hand on the ground as much as you can. So you're turning the fingers out that way. The weight sits on the palm of your hand here, not through your knuckles. You're going to get stuck. So you should be able to rotate like that. Okay? So your job is to just turn that hand as much as you can because you're trying to get this hand to the floor. You go to wherever you get to, and then you come back out of it. And again, do the same thing on the other side. And then the very last variation is obviously just going all the way over and all the way back. But again, the secret is have your feet turned out slightly if you've got stiff ankles. Push as much weight forward as you can so you have less weight through the hand that's on the ground, okay? You can also do it on your tippy toes as well. I find it a little bit less stable. I find it harder personally, but I know some people who are not quite as flexible yet find that a bit easier. So you can do it with me. I'm going to do 5, going all the way over, all the way back, or you're just doing it in your own time, okay? I have lost my little mic spiky thing. Is that an issue? Okay. Thank you. All right. So starting in your squat, hand comes to the ground, lifting up, bum is squeezing, use as much of your upper back as possible, turning, coming back out. Other side now, so we're alternating arms with whatever variation you're doing, and back out. So that is 1. We've got 4 more to go. 2. Back. All right, and 3. 2 more. Over. You got 1 more to go. Quads are burning. And back over to the other side. Okay. Legs are straight. We are going to go back into our counter stretch, so your forward fold. This time, however, we're going to do 60 seconds because you want a little bit more rest with this one. So legs are straight, so out of breath. Coming forward, and 60 seconds starts now. Grab a drink as well if you need one. Oh, I do have a cup of tea. I'm prepared. Again, knees are bent if you need to. You don't have to do a pike as well. Feel a bit more comfortable going into a pancake, you can do that. Or you can do it standing as well. Just any sort of counter forward foldy stretch that feels good. Got 40 seconds. If anyone has any questions about that particular exercise, for example, if you only feel it in your lower back, or if you're not quite getting the twist, just let me know, and I'll try and answer as best as I can. 19 seconds. Are there any questions about that, Gary?
Nope, no questions so far. Just means everyone must be doing it perfectly.
Amazing. Oh, Sean's got Coach Jeffrey. Go, Coach Jeffrey. Send us pictures, Sean. Have you seen Jeffrey, Gary? Coach Jeffrey? It's his cat.
Oh, that's right. I did see it on the post, yeah.
Yeah, I want a picture of everyone's little pet coaches.
There we are. Christy says, yeah, not quite getting that twist.
Christy, yeah, not quite getting the one on your hand. This one. Through there.
I would assume so.
You want to get as much weight through your feet as possible. If you've got quite a lot of weight through your hand, you're going to find it so difficult to start twisting. So the trick is, I turn my feet up quite a lot, and I'm getting all the way over. And that's why I said my quads are burning, because a lot of my weight is through my legs. And then from there, trying to get that twist, if you can see from the side. So there. And again, I'm probably about 1 meter away from my hand as well. So not too far back, because again, you're going to have a lot of weight through your hands, but trying to turn there. If you are quite tight in your shoulder, it might feel quite pinchy as well. So I would take it slow to start with and try and ease into that rotation because it's a little bit gnarly to start with. But yeah, baby steps through that one. Hopefully that helps you. We got Jeffrey more alive before. Okay, we're gonna go into set 2. So again, in your squat position, hands are again about 1 meter away from your feet. Turn the feet out, lift the hips up as high as you can. And again, turning and back. Other side, butt is squeezing. And 3. And 4. Yep, 1 more. 5. And back the other way. Okay. Going back into your pike. We're going to do another 6 seconds rest. You are halfway. We have 2 sets to go. Again, any pike that you want to do a standing, do straddle. Totally up to you and what feels good. Yeah, if this is really tight, it's going to be a little bit harder to shift the weight over. But in saying that, my ankles are very tight. So that's why I just turn out, because then you can get a lot further over your ankles. But also if you have quite tight hip flexors, you're not going to be able to get as much extension from them, because the more of an arch you can get through your back, the easier you're going to find it to rotate and twist. And also this hand, trying to get that over as well. It's quite scary to start with, but literally if you just keep that hand over your head, even if this arm bends, it's going to be there to catch you. So just think about that. But a lot of it is just knowing how to shift the weight forward. But let's time up, okay? We're going to go into set 3. Back into your squat. Hand goes over. Reaching up, bum squeezing. Staying here if you need to. Otherwise, just going over. And back. And 2. Try not to hold your breath as well. And back. 3. And back. 4. And back. 1 more. 5. And back. Okay. Pike. 60 seconds again. And time starts now. What am I drinking? Drinking a cup of tea. Who needs protein shakes when you have tea? And in fact, I have 2 cups of tea. The other one's over there. Always prepared. You know what? The best thing for splits training is actually coffee. Drinking coffee beforehand is always good. Caffeine.
Yeah, I'm sure most people would say, yeah, coffee or caffeine is good before anything, before starting anything.
Pretty much, hey. I feel like pre-workouts are just too much caffeine, and I'm running up the wall. Okay, we have one more set. So again, feet are hip width apart. If you're starting to feel like your lower back in particular is getting a bit sore, regress the exercise. So if you were going over before, just go to about there. And ultimately, you need to make sure your bum is squeezing as hard as it can and using your abs, because those two things are going to support your lower back. Okay. And one. Going over. And back.
Do you drink coffee, Maisie?
I hate coffee.
Yeah.
I'm British till I die. It's tea.
There we are. We're both
Tea
the
all the
same.
way.
Like, I don't like the taste of coffee myself, and yeah, it's just all about tea.
I notice that people always say to me, you will learn how to like coffee.
That's what I find so funny.
Like,
it's all
no.
about, like, people had to really, really get into it, and the mockers, and before they can even down it.
Yeah, no. I tried. I went through like a month of drinking coffee, and then I'd have like really, really good like highs. I'd get really hyper, and then I'd crash and burn. And it would be awful. It was the last one. Awful, awful stuff. Back. All right, we're done with that one. Going back into your pike, 60 seconds, and then we're going to move on. Finishing with a little bit of conditioning, actually. And again, you probably don't need anything for the next two exercises. We're going to be kneeling, so if you do want to have a mat or something for your knee, you can have that. Time starts now. Yeah, we're going to do some conditioning to help with going from a standing position and then going into your back bend from standing. So we're going to break it up into two parts. I'll explain in 40 seconds. And the very last exercise is literally just a nice feel-good stretch after doing a lot of back bends. Again, try and take deep breaths when you're doing, even when you're doing your back bends, try and keep breathing through it. If you're holding your breath, that's when people start feeling a little bit lightheaded, for obvious reasons. 10 seconds. 5.
And Dante chosen one from Twitch. He says, do you make it from scratch or use the filter packs? You know,
The tea?
Yeah.
I use tea leaves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? That's that a thing?
Yeah, depends on my mood. If I just quickly chuck in a tea bag or, yeah, do the whole thing.
I find that tea bags are very low grade of tea.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste as good. But when you use, because I like French Earl Grey, that's my jam. It's quite florally, but I leave it in there for like 5 minutes so it's really strong.
Yeah, I always like the strong.
Mm. Or
sometimes, I just can't be bothered. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Tea bag.
Yeah, 2 tea bags.
Yeah, I find the tea bags over here are weaker than England.
Yeah, you always have to get the extra strength ones if you're going to use the tea bags.
Yeah. Okay, last two exercises. Again, you're going to be on your knees for both of them. So if you want to have something down to protect them from grinding all over the floor, you can. But very important for this one that you are not just hinging. Turn this way. Yeah. So you're not just hinging from one part of your spine, because it's going to get very sore after a while, and mine is already starting to get quite sore. So we will do feet, we'll do both hands off. So Hands across the chest. You can also take your hands up over your head. This is obviously harder than this because your center of gravity is obviously going to be a lot more. But when you start each rep, we are going to tuck our bum under, pull the belly button in. So using your abs, using your glutes, you're going to lift or take a deep breath in to lift your ribcage up to the ceiling and getting as much of your upper back as possible. Your upper back should be burning, should be squeezing, not your lower back. That is how you start it, okay? Once you've got as much of your upper back as possible, you're then going to start to go down your spine like we did for the Cobra exercise, so that you are trying to get the best amount of flexibility throughout your entire spine, not just in one spot, okay? So again, lifting up, you're going to go over. When you go back, try and push your hips forward, and you're arching as much as you can, and then pulling back out of it. Again, you scale this to your flexibility and your strength. So you need to have control in whatever depth you're getting to. So if you only feel comfortable now going to about there and pulling back up, that is still good, okay? I would even film it, try and see how far you're getting today, and then next time you go and try and get a little bit further. So we're going to do 5 of those, and then I'll show you the next one. So tailbone tucked, hands across the chest, or they're going up over the head. It's entirely up to you. Lifting the chest up, deep breath in, breathe out, go down, push the hips forward, and come back up. And again, tailbone tucked, lift, breathing. And back up. So hard to talk and do that. And 3, going down. And back up. 4, tuck, lift, going down. Back up. Last one, tuck, lift. And coming back up. All right, you're going to want to do a counter stretch. So literally just folding forward. You'll feel this start stretching, which is good. That's what we want. And then we go into the second one. So for the second one, the reason I wanted you to push your hips forward was because we wanted to avoid going into a sissy squat. But when you're going from here, when you're going into a bridge, you're going to want to have a little bit of sissy squat strength to help you get down there. So that's the same thing, it's the same movement. So we're going to do it kneeling. Strengthen our quads. So feet are in the exact same position. Like you, Sean, 2 leaves Irish breakfast, nice and strong. Good choice. Like you did for the previous one, bum squeezing, tailbone tucked, but you're trying to keep like a plank of wood. So you're not allowed to extend or open your chest up. I like to call this a zombie lunge, zombie leg exercise. Hand goes in front, bum squeezing, and then you try and keep straight as you go back as far as you can, and then coming back up, okay? So we're gonna do 5 of those. Just be really aware of what your chest is doing. If you feel like you're starting to arch, pull it back, don't go as far, keep it straight, okay? If you find that easy, then you do the standing version. So again, tailbone tucked, pushing the knees forward, keep the ankles on the ground for as long as you can, and then you're lifting the ankles off and trying to tap your knees to the floor and then come back up. Okay. So 5 of these. Hands in front, tailbone tucked, ribs are in, and going back. We're going to hold, and then pull it back up. So your quad should be burning. And 2, holding, and back. And as you can see, mine are terrible. 3, and back. 4, and back. Last one. 5, and coming back. Okay, we're going to go back to the very first exercise. So now we are allowed to arch. Tailbone tucked, hands across the chest, lift the rib cage up, and going down, hip switching forward, and back up. And 2. And up. 3. And up. 2 more. 4. And last one. 5, tailbone tucked, lift. And back up. Okay, forward fold, T-break. We finish this, so we're on T number 2. Okay. We're going to go back to the sissy squat. Hands in front, tailbone tucked under, and coming back. 1. And back up. 2. And up. 3. And up, make sure you're staying nice and straight. 4. And up. Last one. 5. And back up. All right, quick break. We're going to do one more set. And then we're going to finish off with something nice. And then we'll end it there. So, quads should be dying at this point, as mine are. Tailbone tucked, hands across the chest. We are arching back. So lift, bring over. And back. And 2. And up. 3. And up. 4. And up. You got one more. 5. And back up. Okay. Last sissy squat. Hands forward, bum tucked, ribs in. And 1. And back. 2. And 3. Two more. 4. And back. And last one. 5. And coming back. Okay. Very, very last thing we're going to do is a rotation version of a forward fold. So forward fold, rotate, yeah. So the first rotation we did was on our back. So that was very much in extension. The last one we're going to do is more in flexion. So you're going to be lying on your back. The foot comes over. We did this on Tuesday, actually. Leg goes all the way over. This way. You can see. So this foot, you're going to try to reach it away from you and up towards that hand. This other hand is trying to reach in the opposite direction. So you're thinking about being right like a towel. So foot goes out, this hand goes the opposite direction, trying to press both shoulders to the floor. So your repetition is going to be reaching with both hands, or hand and the foot, holding, and then relaxing. We're going to do 5 with those. So reaching, try and get that foot as high as you can towards the hand, and relax. and 2. And relax. So this should feel nice through your lower back after doing all that. 3. And relax. And 4. And relax. And last one, 5. Reaching, we're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Changing sides. 4. Foot on the ground. Again, reaching this hand away from you like someone's pulling you, and then reaching this foot away from you as well. And 1. Trying to get both shoulders on the ground and relax. 2. And relax. 3. And relax. 4. And relax. And last one, 5, reaching. And relax. Okay, we are done. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, I'm coming down here. Okay, nope, okay. Hope you enjoyed the session. Again, if you've got any questions now or later, feel free to put them through the comments and I'll read them later and answer them. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. If you've got any feedback as well for either myself or Gary, they're always welcome. And I will see you on Tuesday. Enjoy.
Oh, thanks for watching.